Welcome to part 1 of Who Else Wants Their Child to Be Lightning Fast at Mental Maths. In the introduction, which you'll find on www.mathsinsider.com, I talked about how if you're in a situation where your child is not yet lightning fast at mental maths, then all is not lost. In this series of posts, I'm going to show you how you can help your child to become faster and more confident at maths. In this video, I'm going to talk about where to start. First, it's important to work out where your child's weak spot is, so that you're going to give them an easy starting point that builds on what they already know. Maybe it's the basics that they find difficult, such as 3 plus 1, 8 plus 1. Or maybe it's the harder questions, such as 15 plus 7, 22 plus 19. But wherever their weak spot is, we need to go about finding it. So first of all, let's just spend a few minutes with your child to see where they are along the scale, to see where their current ability lies. So first, ask your child some easy questions. So here I've got some examples: 3 plus 1, 8 plus 1, 14 plus 1. I've put 3 questions. You can add more if you have time. So we ask them some easy questions. And then we're going to get one of 3 reactions. Number 1, first of all, they might get it perfectly correct, confidently. Maybe they're going to pause and say, And actually the more sophisticated delaying tactic is to repeat the question. So they'll say 8 plus 1, did you say 8 plus 1? 8 plus 1? Well, I'm sure you've heard that before. This means that they're not sure of the answer. So we can move on to some harder questions. 2 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 14 plus 3. And again, we're looking for some kind of pausing or delaying tactic. And then we can add some harder questions, adding 6s I have here. And then we can move on to adding 9s. We can add on adding 11s, adding 12s. You can decide how difficult you want to work with this. But if your child is finding questions such as 15 plus 17 and 22 plus 19 easy, then their math skills are basically sound, and you could probably move on to subtraction, times tables, reducing fractions, any kind of maths topic where your child can work out the answer in their head. So let's figure out where they're going to start based on where they're pausing, where they're hesitating. So if they're hesitating on the adding 1s, then obviously we're going to start our work on the plus 1s. If they're hesitating on the adding 3s, then also we need to step back 2 places and start with the adding 1s. If they're hesitating, say on the plus 6s, again step 2 places back and start on the adding 4s. And if they're hesitating on plus 9s, 2 steps back is adding 7s. So this is showing us exactly where to start. It's better to have an easy starting point, so that they're starting with questions that are easy for them. They can build up their confidence and they're aware of what they already do know rather than focusing on what they don't. So I just want to say that if you're worried because your child seems to be struggling with questions that seem really easy, the fact that you're watching this video means that you've taken the first step to fixing the problem, and that with just a little bit of practice each day, you'll soon see your child's speed and confidence improve. Now, have a look at my next post, part 2, where I'll be talking about great places to get some maths questions from, and a step-by-step system to make the best use of those questions. You'll find this and more at www.mathsinsider.com.